Hello, my name is Nap, and welcome back to the Modern Standards podcast, your podcast for pretty much anything, realistically. Today I'm joined with my co-host Oscar.
Hello. Good to finally be together.
It is actually so. Obviously, last week we had the intro video, basically introducing me, the podcast, and why we wanted to start it, and stuff like this, and what made me wanted to start it. I wasn't going to start one. And then I messaged Oscar, and Oscar was like, "Yeah, like why not? Like, what else have we got to lose?" And that right, and it was just one of them spontaneous things where we just decided that we were going to do it.
Yep.
Um, Excuse us if, obviously, we're not fluent, and we do
We'll
have a
get
couple.
there.
Yeah,
Time.
if we do have a couple of hiccups, it is obviously the first time that we are ever doing anything like this, and it's a little bit weird. Sat down talking. Um, because it's like, yeah, we've never done anything like it, and just bear with us. Within time, if you stick with us.
Right. How are we going to start then?
How are we going to start? Well, I've got some would you rather questions for you.
All right.
Right, you ready for some would you rather questions? Yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
So the first one: would you rather have more time in life or more money?
More time.
Why?
Um, because then you get more out of it. You get more experiences, and I don't think money is that important in your life. Obviously, it's a big thing, but I'd
Yeah,
rather be doing things that I'm going to remember and know I've had a good life than be sat here with a shitload of money doing nothing.
yeah. That is. You know what? That's a really good way to look at it. I was gonna say more time, but that's just sort of, you've basically just put what I was going to say. You've basically taken the words out of my mouth straight away. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. The next one: would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life?
Oh. Um.
Do you want me to go first on this one?
Yeah.
For me, I would have a pause button because if I know something bad's going to happen, I can pause it and then think to myself, right,
See, but that's why I would choose rewind because if
yeah, it
because
does,
how do
yeah,
you know something bad's going to happen? Whereas if you have a rewind, something bad can happen, then you can rewind and then stop it happening.
yeah. I mean, and obviously you can go back to different parts.
Yeah,
Say
I
say
feel
you
like
want
that
to,
goes
yeah,
either way.
it
Goes either way.
does, it does realistically. And if you say you had like a moment in the past that was really good, and you wanted to go and relive that memory, you could.
Yeah,
So yeah, I
I
think
agree.
I think I think I'll be with you on that one. Um, would you rather win the lottery or live twice as long?
Um,
I think this
I
one's an
think
I think this was an easy
uh,
one. I think this is an easy one for me because I think I'll go first on this one. I think I would rather win the lottery if I'm being completely honest,
I was going to say that to be fair.
because if I'm living twice as long, I'm going to outlive all of my friends and outlive everyone, and I'm not going to be happy with my life. Whereas if I win the lottery, I'm going to be happy. Like, obviously, I'm still going to have my friends around.
And you have your lifetime, like you're not
Exactly,
that's your time to be on Earth.
exactly. And life is a thing that you're not going to be on this earth forever. There's a reason there's life and death. So
Yep,
why would
I
you
agree with
want to?
that. I agree
I
with that.
wouldn't want to prolong that by having an extra 50 or 60 or whatever years or 70 years on my
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
It's just, I don't know. Would you rather lose your vision or your hearing?
Oh, um,
Do you know what? I think
well,
this one's an
I'd
easy
say
one.
hearing. I think
Yeah, yeah,
I'd lose my hearing.
yeah. Because within the modern day, there is so much technology that
That's true,
can
actually.
combat
That
that.
is true, actually. Yeah.
Like, there's so much stuff like sign language.
I just even if I just could never hear anything again, I'd rather that than not be able to see because
Yeah,
like I feel like seeing is everything.
yeah, it is. It really
It
is.
literally is. It is everything.
Because
So
yeah,
that's how I feel
I'm
about that.
totally with you on that one. Um, this last one, this one is, I think this is a good one to end the would you rather on for this week. Um, Would you rather say everything on your mind or never speak again?
Everything on my mind.
I do that anyway.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I feel like you should do that anyway. The
Yeah,
truth's got to be told. Someone's got to do it.
exactly.
Like I don't.
Exactly my
Um,
point. Exactly my point. And
you shouldn't be
you
hiding
shouldn't
anything.
have to
If you've got
worry.
something like leading with all like the life stuff, you've only got one life. You may as well just say everything now. What's worse going to happen? Honestly,
Exactly. You're gonna fall
get
out of
your opinion out.
you're gonna fall out of a couple of people. That's the worst that is realistically going
Yeah,
to happen.
exactly.
But
Yeah,
you meet new people all the time. Like I can't
I agree.
like people that have come into my life, stayed for a little bit, and then fucked off because they don't like the way I am, they don't like the way I talk, the way because everything I say, if I've got something on my mind that I don't like it, I will let you know.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit there and hide that.
yeah.
Well, anyway, that's the Would You Rather done for this week. We're gonna do that we're gonna do that every episode. I think at the start of it, I think that's a good little way to get us into the
Yeah, a
podcast.
good
I
little
think.
warmer.
Yeah. Now, in this podcast, it's going to be a bit weird. It's going to be a bit different to your average podcast. We're just going to go over some topics that we've sort of thought over the past couple of weeks or something, or over the past few days that we've seen, and
Yeah,
we want to
just
talk about it.
things in media, news, anything really.
In
Just
general, movie, TV, music,
yeah,
and all this sort of
any
stuff.
things that are on our mind that we just want to talk about.
Yeah, and this has been on my mind for a few days actually. Paranormal and aliens. Where do you stand on that? Do you believe it, or do
I
you
I I definitely I'm a firm believer that aliens exist.
firm believer?
Firm believer.
What makes you think that though? Is there
Well, think about it. There is we haven't even like explored like 0.1% of space, have we, or something like that?
and
Something crazy.
it's like the ocean. If I'm gonna go
Yeah,
on Google.
exactly.
I'm gonna go on Google right now. I'm gonna type in
That's what I'm saying.
how
And think about
much.
it.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna link this to Joe Weller's video that he did on like in the pyramids and shit in Egypt.
yeah,
He like showed a thing at the end where every single like thing around the Earth that no one has an explanation to was like linked up, and it made a perfect band around the Earth. Like
yeah,
that can't be coincidence.
yeah, exactly. And
There's no way it can be
this thing
coincidence.
here, this thing that I just read. This will be popping up on the podcast, by the way. If you're visually watching this, it'll be popping up now. Um, Approximately 5% of the ocean has been discovered, which leaves 95 of the ocean unexplored. That
Exactly. And
is
there
mental.
was a film about Megalodon or something, and I can't remember what it was exactly, but there was like a hole with like different water pressures and stuff, and they found like a similar sort of reacting thing in the ocean. I was watching a documentary on it. I can't remember what it's called, so I will try and find out, and we can try and
Try
put
and
that in
find
the
out. Try and
description or
find it for the
something.
next episode, or if we find it,
But
I'll put it in the description for you to
I'm
talk about soon.
thinking if it's in a film and they have that theory in a film, then why can't it happen in real life?
Yeah, I mean, you raise a good point. You raise a good point.
That's another thing though. Like I saw a bloke on TikTok who he
Yeah,
bred a chicken out of an egg in his own basement. Like if some
yeah,
geezer can do that in his own basement,
yeah.
then
Exactly,
what can they do in science labs that we don't know about?
exactly.
That's
And it's so mental to me that
is because
the
we
human
know nothing
existence.
in
We
reality.
don't know nothing. We don't know nothing, and that's about the coronavirus as well. We don't know anything about it. Realistically,
I still think it came out of the lab in that
that
Wuhan.
Wuhan lab. Yeah,
I think I
and
don't know why.
it's really controversial because obviously recently they've had loads of floods and they've wiped the lab's been wiped completely.
Has it?
It has because of
I've
these
not been
floods,
keeping up with that. So
and it's crazy to me because I'm just thinking that is such a coincidence, or it's not a coincidence that it's gone from suspicion that this virus has come from a Wuhan lab to then that same lab a few weeks down the line being completely washed away by some random floods that came out of absolutely nowhere,
yeah,
and they've suddenly just turned up and they've washed everything away. Like it makes no sense to me.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, leading on from the coronavirus, like during lockdown and that, how have you been feeling in that during lockdown, like with mental health and stuff? Because I do want to talk about that in this podcast because it it's a big thing to talk about, and not many people
Yeah,
want
I
to
agree.
talk about it. It's a sore subject. Not many people want to talk about it because they're worried about talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
See,
I'm going to be completely honest. During lockdown, I had a few times where I was at my lowest point, and I will happily, openly admit that on
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
I don't care. I will admit that.
That's why I found lockdown quite difficult, because my sort of outlet to everything
Yeah,
is going out and seeing my mates, being able to just be social with my mates.
yeah.
That helps me get everything out. Whereas if I'm sat in my room all day, I can't do much. I'm just sort of left with my own thoughts, and that's not.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The first few weeks of lockdown, the first month was lockdown was great. I loved it
Yeah,
because
same.
it
Obviously,
was no work,
yeah, no work,
chilling
no
out,
doing anything.
no chilling out. You didn't have college.
Exactly.
It was
You
chill.
sat at home playing your Xbox all day. What more could you want?
Sat at a computer, grinding and shit.
Exactly.
That was when I was at my prime making Call of Duty videos, and I sort of,
And then it
I
sort of
sort of,
dipped off after that.
I stopped because I wasn't enjoying it. I was bored. I was waking up. I was going to sleep at like 5 in the morning, waking up at 11, doing fuck all day. Same routine over and over and over again. And it's this virus has fucked the whole world.
Mm.
No one knows how to react, and
And
we're on the peak of a second lockdown, which I think the country needs. If I'm being
see,
completely honest.
the thing is with that, I think people need to, at some point, obviously, there's not much you can do right now, but at some point, people are going to need to just come to the conclusion that it's not going to go away. It's always going to be around.
Exactly. I mean,
It's not something you can get rid
I
of.
was watching a film the other day. It was about like in the future, and they said like, oh, the world sort of went to shit back in this date. I think it was like in the film, it was like 2025
Yeah,
or something, when people stopped trying to fix problems.
yeah,
They started to they started to push problems to the side,
yeah.
and the world went to complete shit.
Just trying to find a way to get around it instead of actually going straight on at it.
Yeah, trying to go round it instead of
Yeah.
combat it straight head on and take out whatever's wrong. But they don't do that. Like
Just think, oh, it's not going to affect us. We're just going to leave it.
they're tiptoeing around, and the government are complete shambles at the moment. And talking about the government, actually, Marcus Rashford recently, so he set up that free school meals campaign, didn't he, for children?
Yeah.
And it was doing well. He got an MBE for it. But recently, I've read this thing here. The title for this post here, I'll put this up on the thing as well. Fury after Tory MPs vote against Marcus Rashford's call for free school meals to extend through Christmas. With the caption, I don't know how the 322 people. That is, that's mental to me. 322 people that are stopping children eating.
Yeah, that is. And especially, well, as we've both talked about before, we're both through
Wait.
primary school. I had free school meals
So
quite
did
a lot.
So did I.
When yeah, in secondary school.
My parents
for,
were on benefits for a bit.
Yeah, in secondary school, I had, when I was doing food tech, sometimes they would literally just provide me with the stuff because
Yeah, same.
I was struggling to get it and bring it in.
Exactly, because
And I've never spoken about that really before, but it's sort of, I feel like
Yeah.
if something's affecting someone in that way and I can relate to it, then it makes me want to stand up for the problem more.
exactly, and the thing that
'Cause it is a big issue.
the thing this week that made me smile so much was loads and loads and loads and loads of small independent businesses have come out recently, and like there's fucking hundreds of them. I will put it in the link to Marcus Rashford's Twitter will be in the description. And if you scroll through there, if you're listening to this and you're someone who does struggle with money problems and if you're an adult and you're listening to this and you're struggling to feed your child for school, go to Marcus Rashford's Twitter and find out there are hundreds of locations of independent businesses that are giving out free school meals to children. And
Especially with
carry on.
especially with this year.
Yeah.
It sort of gives a little
Yeah.
bit of hope, gives a little bit. There's a bit of
Yeah.
humanity left.
And there was a tweet from someone that I know called Mills, and I wanted to put this in the podcast. I wanted to talk about this. He said, I made 30 meals a day last summer holiday, for the kids in my area at the youth centre. Trust me, some kids only get to eat at school.
Yeah.
Working with a food
That's
bank
good.
at the moment in the Bromley area. Feel free to DM me if you need help with anything. I quote retweeted this, and I said this puts the biggest smile on my face because it's faith in humanity restored sort of thing.
Yeah.
there is good left in the world. It's just being pushed to the side by all the bad things, really.
I feel like a lot of the time people get caught up with themselves. They don't really think about, and obviously, like everyone does that. I do that a lot of the time. I'm focused on myself. I forget that there is other people that
To be
are less
honest,
privileged than me.
yeah, yeah, same.
Because
And
I look at the rest of the world and I think I am quite privileged
I
in the
have a,
place
I
where I
have,
am. I'm
we have really privileged life. We have
exactly
heating.
compared to
We have fresh water. Um, we've got beds. We
exactly.
got
You see what's going on in
yeah.
Nigeria at the moment with
With
all of the
SARS,
SARS stuff.
I know. I
That's
want to
that
cover
makes
that.
me
I'm not going to
yeah
cover that in
that
this podcast. I want to film a whole
in weeks to
podcast.
come. In weeks to come.
I want to film a whole podcast dedicated to the
Because
SARS
that is a
movement
really
at the
big
moment.
problem.
It
That's a really big
is
problem.
awful what's going on, and I think that needs. I don't think a little segment in a podcast is going to do it justice. I think we need to talk about it for the whole segment, the whole thing of the podcast,
Yeah,
because
yeah, I
that's what
agree.
it needs. It needs that, to be honest.
Yeah,
And like when I was at school, obviously I didn't know about the world. I was a prick at school. I didn't focus in my lessons. I didn't
see,
focus
I
in
feel really
geography. I like when they were talking about it, like world poverty and stuff like this. I didn't focus, and I should have, because the most, if you're listening to this and you're still at school, you're still in education, please, 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 just put your head down. Especially
yeah.
if you're in the later years of education, towards the end of it, put your head down, because I made that mistake. The whole of school, I went to 4 different schools. I've never been at school for the full amount of time because I got kicked out or left. The first one, I went to primary school. I was there for 5 years, got kicked out. Went to different ones, was there, didn't pay attention. Secondary school, got kicked out of my first secondary school for being a cunt. And then my second secondary school, I was there. They should have kicked me out, but they didn't, because they saw potential in me. Apparently,
Kept trying.
they kept trying to help me, and I just wasn't listening. I kept getting sent out lessons,
And
detentions,
it
all
is,
this, and I regret every single second of it.
yeah, it is easier said than done, especially when you don't really want to be there. You don't really see the point in it, but there is a point in it, and whether
Yeah,
that's whether that's you're going to go to college or you're going to do an apprenticeship,
and
wherever you
actually, and
decide to
work,
go.
and talking of that, actually, like the transition from school to the real world is such a reality check.
Yeah,
Like, obviously, you're at college, you're in your 3rd year now,
yeah.
and you're doing photography and business, and but
I don't feel like that's going to help me because obviously I
because
want
you're
to
joining them,
go into
because
a
you want to join
military
the
career.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to join.
Can we talk about that quickly?
But
Actually, like, can I ask you a question? Why did you want to join? Why do you want to join the Marines?
um,
Honestly,
obviously I had the plan to go to a university and do a rugby scholarship, but that sort of
yeah,
fizzled out with the recent circumstances. Haven't really been playing it much due to the virus and everything. Haven't been able to. I've sort of lost touch with it a bit. I've always been interested in the military, sort of that sort of lifestyle, and I did always say if I ever joined, it would be the Royal Marines, and it is very, very hard to do. It is a
but
hard thing. So
the thing is, you're saying it's a really hard thing and that, but I know you. I know that you will have the mentality, and
I do hope so.
you set your sights on something. You try to achieve it to the
It's,
best of your ability, and I know that. I've known you for what, fucking five
it's
years now, and
yeah,
it's mental because
it is a
the
big long shot, but
yeah, but I know, but I know that you've got the mentality to
I've
do it.
got I'm giving myself a 2 year time from now until then, so we've got a good good space to get
Yeah,
ready for it.
yeah, and obviously you're doing that, you're doing the college thing, going to the Marines, and my transition from school to work was a bit weird because I had the period where I was just like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah,
I left school, I didn't do anything for months and months and months, and oh mate, I regret that so much now.
yeah, mate.
I could have a lot more money. I could do a lot better for myself right now if I just, as soon as I left school, went straight into work. But I didn't see it at the time. I thought, yeah, great, I finished school now. It's just going to be one big holiday sort of thing now.
Yeah,
I don't have to do anything or all this shit. But oh mate, reality check hit me big. It's just I don't. It's just crazy to me. But that's enough. That's enough on that section. Um, I wanted to talk to you about something. The other day, I was scrolling through Netflix, right,
Yeah.
and I saw this show called Dark Tourists.
Oh,
Have you heard about it?
I have not.
So
I've not.
basically, it's really fucked up. Um, I watched it. I watched a couple of episodes and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is weird. Um,
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
you should. I wouldn't watch it tonight. Maybe watch it tomorrow during the day because it's really fucked up. But I got the description. I got the description for Dark Tourists here. Dark Tourist description. Most tourists like to visit popular sites and attractions like beaches, stadiums, and museums while on vacation. There is a subset of tourism, however, that involves visiting places that are historically associated with death and tragedy. Right? Journalist David Farrar focused on that area of travel known as dark tourism. In this docuseries, each episode, Farrar travels to different locations and experiences what the people that do this would do. He embedded himself in. Listen to this, alright? Listen to this next bit. This bit's fucked up. He embeds himself in a death worshipping cult in Mexico.
Oh my.
Sees tourists soaking up radiation left
That
behind
is
in Fukushima.
that is
Meets vampires in New Orleans.
vampires.
And travels to the most nuked place on Earth for an atomic, swimming, and fishing.
So he swims in atomic water.
That to me.
That's doing damage to yourself.
That to me is fucking mental. Like,
I mean, it sounds interesting. I'd have a go, but
I think I
I'd
would.
be ill.
I think I would. The thing is, I really want to go to, where is it? Is it Hiroshima? Wait,
that
no,
was
no. Where is it?
World War II, wasn't
Chernobyl.
it?
Chernobyl. That's where I want to go.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to visit Chernobyl, you know, because I think it's so fascinating to me the fact that these people that lived there, and actually there's a series about it. There's a series about it that I watched.
Oh yeah,
Right?
I started watching that series. I weren't too keen on it, but
Honestly, Oscar, you need to
might
watch
have
it.
to go back
You
to
should
it.
watch it, honestly, because next week your goal. I'm going to set you a thing for next podcast. We're filming these on. By the way, we're filming these on Saturdays. It's currently 12:30. But this is probably the best time to record it because no cars going past my place and no cars going
it's
past
quiet.
this. It's quiet. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, about the series. You should, before next week, I want you to watch at least 2 episodes of it
Right,
because
I can do that.
it is mental. The fact that they just get told that they've got to leave.
Yeah.
I've seen videos because I'm quite interested in that sort of shit. And like exploring places like, I know it's quite weird, but like Auschwitz, I really want to go walk around there. I really do.
See, I do want to go there, but I'm not all about the taking photos and stuff because I personally
wouldn't.
find that disrespectful.
I wouldn't take my phone. I wouldn't take my phone with me.
Yeah, I personally find that quite disrespectful, and obviously people just think, oh, it's just doesn't really matter, but that is literally
But it does matter
huge
because
point in history.
it is one of the biggest points in history ever.
I do not think you should be posing on the train tracks where millions of people came through but got killed.
Yeah, did you see that? Because when was that? I think that was at the beginning of this year, wasn't it? There was a picture of a girl.
Yeah, there's loads of people do it though, don't they? They just pose on the train tracks, and I just think that's wrong personally.
It's heavily disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't.
It's just beyond me. I would if I saw someone doing that, I would tell them to their face that they are disrespectful.
I don't agree with it at all.
No, neither do I.
But yeah, you can do what you want, but just you need to think about what you're doing because it might just seem like you're getting a photo, but you need to remember where you are.
Yeah, you do realistically. And what was I talking about? Oh yeah, and the fact that millions of people, like thousands and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, have just been told in the morning that they've got to leave.
Yeah.
I was watching a video because I'm quite fascinated on this shit. I was watching a video of this bloke that went and explored it. This is Chernobyl, by the way.
Yeah.
Went and explored it, and he walked around there, and there was people's clothes still on the floor from when they were packing and running away,
Yeah.
and it's like
They literally just had to drop everything and go.
washing in the sink, washing in the washing machine, and stuff like this. Cups and stuff on the drainer, and all this sort of shit, where they've just
Yeah.
been told that they've got to leave, and the fact that they've never ever been able to return. I think. Wait, let me Google it. I want to know when when it's going to be inhabitable again. When
Well, it's
will?
still quite a few years, isn't it? There's some parts that are not too bad now. You can go
Here we
like
go.
through there and stuff. But
Listen to this.
the worst parts are
Experts
quite a long
believe
time.
the areas around the Chernobyl nuclear power plant will remain uninhabitable for at least. Have a guess how long you think.
200 years.
Try 20,000 years.
20,000.
The
Oh
figure
my.
20,000 years apply to the area around the power plant itself. Areas.
Because you can go there for tours and stuff, can't you? But there's certain places that are just off limits because they're
Yeah, this is what this next bit says. Areas
too
around the
radiated. So,
exclusion zone are thought to be uninhabitable for at least 3,000 years, according
yeah.
to some experts. It's just mental. Because yeah, listen to this. Early in the morning, April 26th, 1986, the fourth reactor exploded at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine. 34 years later, Chernobyl radioactive is still
See,
circulating.
that's what I mean. It wasn't even that long ago when you
No,
think about it.
they are now the biggest ever fires recorded in the Chernobyl exclusion zone.
That's crazy. See, I used to so I heard about there being like mutated animals and stuff. So I used to just search them all up and stuff. There's like, all
I
these
don't know if that was
photos.
real. I don't know if that's real.
Yeah, I don't think it is real, but
No. I
it'd be
think
cool if it was.
yeah, but not at the same time because that's going back to aliens. Like what? Like
It's true.
you don't know what they're capable of.
That's like that. There's that video of that massive like 12-foot werewolf like running across the gap. I'm like, well, someone's obviously edited it. There's no way that's real.
Yeah, exactly.
12-foot fucking wolf.
You know what? We're actually coming up to our time limit. That is actually like we've got like on the clock right now. We've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Oh yeah, sorry. We are going to be doing half-an-hour episodes to start with, just so we can sort of ease into
Yeah, easy in.
it. We don't want to burn ourselves out
Yeah,
an hour here.
put things simply. Just
Yeah. Last question before we go. Well, this might expand. It might be longer than half an hour with this next question.
that's alright. That's fine.
Call of Duty Cold War.
Oh, I feel very strongly about this game
So do
because
I. So do I. This has
mate,
restored my faith in Call of Duty.
it has. It has. Playing
Listen
that
to
beta
this.
for those 2 days.
Listen to this. Call of Duty Cold War Open Beta is the most downloaded beta in the whole history of the gaming industry.
Oh my. I'm glad about that, you know.
So
I really am.
the game, honestly, it's really, really good, and because we
See?
played it, didn't we? Played the whole of it.
Yeah.
Because I got it 2 days early because I pre-ordered the game.
Was a very, very good game. I have
Yeah.
to say, especially for a beta, that has given me
And
a
the
lot of
fact
hope.
and the numbers that it did, that's why they extended it another day.
See, I did say when I get the game, I'm only going to be playing zombies.
Nah,
I
that's
will
what I
still
said.
primarily be playing zombies because I'm a huge zombies fan,
Yeah.
but I will play the multiplayer because I really did enjoy it. I
One
enjoyed
thing
playing it.
that's not really being talked about a lot, which I'm really excited for as well, is the campaign.
Yes, definitely.
Because the campaign is something me and you get on really well with because we
Old
we sit in the
characters
call and play it.
apparently
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. Samantha from the Zombies series.
Ooh.
Talking about zombies, Samantha. You know the little girl.
Yeah.
She's grown up now. And
Really?
did
In
you not
Cold
see?
War?
Did you not see the zombies trailer? She's in it at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Is she?
She's the one that's in the phone
I'm gonna have
box.
to rewatch it. I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
Yeah, after this podcast, go and rewatch it.
Oh.
She's the one at the beginning of the podcast. Not the podcast. At the beginning of the trailer, and she rings up the bloke and's like, "Oh, did you see the tapes I sent you?" That girl is Samantha.
That's mad.
Yeah, it is.
My plan of action for that game is go on the campaign, complete the campaign,
Yep, same.
just have a little casual playthrough,
Me and you sit on Discord, fucking hours,
then
bang the campaign
hop
out.
onto the zombies map, check the zombies map out, see
Definitely.
what that's saying,
Yeah.
and then depending on how I'm feeling about the zombies, I'll either just sweat out the multiplayer or
Sweat out
I'll
zombies.
stick to the zombies.
Yeah. It's a good idea. And
But it is
about-
looking really bright
And talking
for
about
that game.
talking about the games and the console sort of thing. This one is quite controversial online, and you get two sides of the argument,
Yeah,
three sides of the argument realistically, and that
PS4
is
or your Xbox.
Xbox, PS, or PlayStation, or PC. Now, I'm conflicted at the moment with the launch of the PlayStation 5
Me
and the
too.
Xbox Series X, because the PS5 looks amazing. There's so many exclusive games coming out on it. But the Xbox,
That's what does it for me. The exclusive games.
but the Xbox, I've had Xboxes all the time.
Yeah.
I've
Well, I had
stayed with the
my
Xbox.
first console was a PS2.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I had a PS2, and then I had that until the Xbox 360 came out,
Yeah.
and then obviously the Xbox One came out,
Mm,
and I've had an Xbox One, and I've got the first generation Xbox One.
same.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, there is nothing. That's what I've said. Obviously quite lucky. Got a PC and an Xbox.
Yeah, same.
So I'm fine with my PC. I can play games and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm holding off on buying a new console because
anyone on Discord that knows me, and you'll know from Grandmaster Ace's Discord, anyone from that Discord who's listening right now, you know my PC is a fucking potato. It is, but the thing is, it doesn't bother me. I can run League of Legends just about okay. Yeah, it takes me a little bit longer to load into games, but that doesn't bother me because I can play the game. I can still enjoy the game to the full experience of playing it. Among Us, I'm really into that game at the moment.
Enough, can't you?
Yeah, Among Us, and actually, I've not even got this written down in the notes, like for topics to talk about. But Among Us, it has taken over.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Obviously, it's been out for.
I want to know. Look,
2 years
god,
now,
oh my god, yeah. 15th of June 2018, Among Us came out.
Yeah, 2 years. So it's been out 2 years. And
yeah.
I'd never heard about it before it blew up.
No, and then I think I saw it because before it was all the hype about fucking Fall Guys and all this
and then
bullshit,
it just came out of nowhere and just
Yeah.
took Fall Guys clean out.
Fall Guys is dead in the water now because of Among Us. Like, people are pulling such good numbers on Among Us vids, and
I never played Fall Guys.
no, neither did I.
It's
Because
on
it was
Xbox. So
yeah.
and I feel like that could have been the downfall for it.
Yeah, if they had brought
They
it to
don't
Xbox,
they don't expand their target market.
Mate, don't even get me started. If they had brought it to Xbox, that game would have done so much better.
Yeah, I do.
It actually annoys me. But the thing is, with like all games and shit like this coming out, new stuff, and that you've got to play to what the people want, and and also with these videos online with the creators,
that is cross-platform play as well.
Yeah, it is because you can play on mobile and PC.
You just play with your friends. That's no matter what they have, you can play with them. Then it's going to do well. That's what I really liked about. I wasn't a huge fan of Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
No, neither was I. Let's be real, neither was I.
But the fact you could play with your mates, no matter what console or anything they were on.
Mate, going back to Zombies on the new game, Zombies in Cold War.
That is such a good selling point to me.
Zombies in Cold War is cross-platform.
Is it?
Yep.
I am incredibly happy about that.
Game changer, complete game changer. And what was I saying? What was I thinking about saying? Yeah, with the Among Us videos and that online, like the Sidemen. Did you watch the more Sidemen Among Us videos?
Yeah, I enjoy watching those as well.
It's not even just the content either. It's the editing that goes into them.
Yeah.
The editors, Chip, Fat and Tegs, they do an amazing job of what they do. Especially
with actually using the Among Us characters to like the animations.
The animated map.
I really like that.
The animated map and like the funny bits. With
it is really good.
It is, and it just Chip, Fat and Tegs do such an amazing job because they know the characters. They know who they
turn the content into a video, an entertaining video.
Yeah, they turn content to entertainment.
Yeah.
Not all content is entertaining.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, if they put the base recording, no editing or anything,
I'd still watch
it,
it, but it wouldn't
I'd
be
watch it,
as
but
enjoyable.
it wouldn't be as engaging.
No.
I'd be a bit bored.
Yeah, so would I.
It just keeps you on your toes, you know.
Yeah,
And it
and
looks good. So
it's good because when one of them's screaming or something, and he edits it so it's like you can hear the others in the background.
yeah,
And it's just like Harry screaming. It's like it's Simon, and then it cuts to someone else who's not dead, going, "Oh, I think it's JJ."
yeah,
And then Harry like, no, screaming, and it's the editing that goes into it. It's just, I know how difficult it is to edit. I really do because obviously
the time they put into it.
yeah, but the thing is, Chip Fat and Tegs, they turn it out so quickly that I'm pretty sure and you know the E-Boys, the group,
Yeah,
like Will and E and all that shit.
I'm a huge fan of them too. There.
So am I. And the E-Boys green screen challenge was edited by Chip Fat because Chip Fat was their editor as well.
Yeah.
And the bit that had me was the Paul Walker bit where they pulled up in the green screen car next to Vin Diesel and they started like swearing, flipping him off and all this shit. That had me in fucking stitches. I'm pretty sure because of that one tweet that Chip Fat released and Cal Freezy stole it and Will and E stole it. I think Chip Fat that month. Let me have a look because I'm pretty sure he put it on. He put it on his feed. How many impressions? Yeah, your tweets earned 5.1 million impressions over this 28-day period.
Wow.
28-day period.
Jesus.
And yeah, this video here, I've got it. I'll link it to you on Twitter. If this is the one with audio, yeah, it is. So I'll link that to you quickly. I'll send it to you on Twitter.
Yeah.
1 second. Right, yeah, I'll send that to you in a second. But yeah, they do an amazing job and props to them. Oh, fucking hell, it's 37 minutes we've been recording for. I think
Doesn't feel like that at all.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. This is good.
It.
I haven't really felt awkward at all, realistically.
I've enjoyed it, and
So have I.
see, hopefully some people coming on soon.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
If you've made it this far in the podcast, thank you. And also, I'm gonna give you a little hint to maybe who the next person is. All I'm gonna say is MTP. That's it. MTP. That's all you're getting. But if you have made it this far in the podcast, I really appreciate it. I think we both do.
Thank you for watching.
Listening.
Listening, same thing. Watching,
yeah, because
wherever you're doing,
wherever you're on YouTube or you've got your earphones in and you're
doing even if you're just doing something around the house and you're just taking.
And you've got us on, and I've got to say the intro video that I did, let me just look into the YouTube. It's got like, I know it's not a lot, but it's got 32 views.
For an intro vid, like
that to me puts the biggest smile on my face
exactly.
ever.
Even to have one person who comes along every week.
Yeah, exactly.
Take time to actually listen, talk to us, chat shit on.
You know what? I'm not going to end it. I'm not going to end it for a minute because I want to talk about your brother.
Yeah.
Your brother, he streams on Twitch, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's starting. He hasn't really. He's got a laptop and a fucking Xbox. Like he can't really do much, but he's trying.
And I respect your brother so much. Yeah, obviously he can be annoying as fuck sometimes, but so can every brother at night and stuff like that. But I want to get your brother on actually because your brother is a Paralympian.
Yeah.
Isn't he? And I really want to talk about it and like what he had to go through.
We'll sort that out. We'll sort that out.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you every single person that's made it to the end of this video or podcast or whatever. We will be back very soon. I don't know when this. I don't actually know when this is coming out, so I need I need to edit it. I'm not going to edit it tonight.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I wanna chill out tonight. Jump on, play some games.
Just make sure you're sharing it with your mum, dad, uncle, cousin, dog, cat, whoever you can get it to.
Yeah, share it.
As long as you enjoy it, give us a thumbs
And
up,
obviously,
anything, leave some feedback in the comments.
through this video, mine and Oscar's Instagrams, Twitter, and the podcast Twitter will all
Yeah,
be will all be coming up on the screen.
Anything you think we could do better, DM
Yeah,
us, leave it in the comments.
honestly,
anything
please,
helps. Honestly,
please just DM me or
Yeah.
something or whatever. DM Oscar on Twitter because everyone also do me a favour if you also made this far, go and follow Oscar, please. He's recently made a Twitter account. He's got 2 followers, me and the Modern Standards podcast account. I want to see him.
Oh yeah,
I want to
that's
see
a
him
big
get
one. The Modern Standards podcast account.
It is. It's a monumental thing. But yeah, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you everyone. Appreciate the love from me and Oscar.
Appreciate it.
This has been the Modern Standards podcast. I'll see you next week.